The quarterback position is the most important in the sport. Every year, there are guys in college football who end up making a major leap from season to season and cement themselves as legit draft prospects. And that is exactly what has happened with LSU quarterback Jayden Daniels. A guy who has had an excellent season in 2023, and he has really answered the call and is making a real case to be a legit prospect in the 2024 NFL Draft. But hey guys, if you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 1,500 subscribers by the end of the year, and so you guys supporting the channel will go a long way. Hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and without further ado, let's get into it. Jayden Daniels is a unique story in the history of college football. He started his career at Arizona State, where he became the first true freshman ever to start for the Sun Devils. After 3 seasons in Arizona, he decided to transfer to LSU, where he had an up and down 2022 season. He had 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and 2,913 yards on the year. So far in 2023, Daniels has become one of the top Heisman candidates, and he's had an incredible season so far. He has 25 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and 2,573 yards on the year so far for the Tigers. One of the biggest areas of concern with Jayden Daniels coming into the season was that he didn't push the ball down the field very much in 2022. Last year, 51% of his passes came between 0 to 9 yards on the year, which is not something you want to see. He has a deep ball, and he can still sling the ball down the field, but he just wasn't doing it very effectively last season. But so far in 2023, Daniels has done a very nice job at completing passes down the field, and he's had an incredible bounce back year. He is first in completions for 20 plus yards with 24. He's completing 66% of his passes for 20 plus yards and has 15 touchdowns on passes for 20 or more yards. Daniels has elite arm talent, and he is finally putting it to use so far in 2023. He can throw the ball to all 3 levels pretty well and is improving each year, which you love to see. His completion percentage is at a career high 73.1% in 2023, which is incredible growth for him. The best thing about Jayden Daniels is his athleticism. He is one of the most gifted athletes I have seen and studied at the quarterback position. Now, I've only been doing this for a few years, so don't flame me in the comments, but he has the arm, the quick release, and the ability to escape the pocket and take off and run, and it's incredible to see. He is constantly a threat to take off with his legs. Daniels has 16 rushing touchdowns, 1,400 yards rushing in his 2 seasons with the Tigers. In the open field, he has elite speed, vision, and has the ability to juke guys out and continue to make a play. He is an unbelievable runner, and I believe it is his greatest strength. Jayden Daniels does have some weaknesses in his game though. For one, it's his frame. Daniels is very slim, standing at 210 pounds. He looks really tiny and fragile out there, and it is something he should definitely improve upon. He needs to add on some more weight, I would say around 10 to 15 more pounds, because 210 pounds standing at 6'4" is really small, and that's just not going to cut it in the NFL. Daniels also can have spotty accuracy at times. When it is clicking, he looks like an elite level quarterback. But it isn't always clicking, and it hasn't always clicked, especially deep down the field. While it has improved tremendously this year, he still does have the tendency to overthrow or even underthrow his receivers, which is very interesting to me. He just isn't consistent with his mechanics, and that's a big issue for me. I want to see my quarterback be consistent in completing passes down the field, and while Jayden Daniels is doing a good job at this year, it has been an issue for him in the past, and I want to see it get even better because there are still instances where it does show up on the tape this year. Lastly, Daniels can be pretty stiff in the pocket. He keeps his feet planted and doesn't move them until he is under duress. He is stiff in his feet and also his eyes. He does a very poor job at scanning the field. He stays on his routes for too long, stares down his receivers, and it takes too long for plays to develop for him sometimes. His footwork and his ability to scan the field must improve if he is going to be a successful quarterback in the NFL. Daniels has been a hot riser for me, a guy who I was not high on whatsoever. I thought could even be a undrafted free agent, has worked himself all the way up to my quarterback 8 in this class. His athleticism is awesome, and he is my number 65 overall player in the entire draft. Daniels was built and made for an RPO system, a system that allows him to use his legs a bunch and run the football, but it also allows for plays underneath. We talked about how his deep accuracy can be spotty at times, but his short to intermediate accuracy is very sharp, and there are not very many issues there. And he thrives in that area of the field. So I think an offense that gets to use those areas of his game to their fullest is going to help him thrive the most in the NFL. For those that have followed the channel for a while, you will know I am not the biggest Justin Fields guy, but he has some areas of his game that I love, including a great arm and elite running ability. And I see that with Jayden Daniels. His running ability is off the charts, but he can also make all the throws. He has a really great arm, and they both have similar issues. They both have issues letting plays develop, staring down receivers, and accuracy can be a concern for both of them from time to time. But in the ways that I like Justin Fields, I see those same strengths in Jayden Daniels' game. So Justin Fields is my player comparison for him. Daniels is an electric athlete. He has a great arm, but can he hit the deep ball consistently? He is an electric runner and has a lot of really incredible athletic tools. I think his inconsistencies, as well as his struggles to read the field, will push him down the draft board a bit, but ultimately, I think Jayden Daniels will be a top 100 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.